You cannot make up what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing, so we're going to be going through that and 3 other stories in today's video. So make sure to like this video, and if you want more Kansas City Chiefs news content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting that red button down below. The first story is Xavier Worthy absent for 3rd consecutive camp practice. For the 3rd consecutive day in St. Joseph, Missouri, Kansas City Chiefs rookie wide receiver Xavier Worthy is absent from practice. The team publicly said Worthy is out with an illness, with later reports indicating Worthy was sidelined due to strep throat, leading the team to keep Worthy isolated while he recovers in St. Joe. Worthy starred in what appears to be the most viral moment of NFL training camp so far, when he caught a deep throw from an on-the-run Patrick Mahomes, leading to an eruption from the crowd and several of his teammates. But without the rookie speedster on the field for the 3rd day in a row, how much should the Chiefs worry about Worthy? There's a lot of nuance needed in this part of the conversation, so I'll start with my takeaway for the sake of clarity. Worthy missing more practice time isn't a big deal at this point, but it is a deal. Missing non-padded practices due to an illness is significantly less worrying than missing additional time with a hamstring injury, which kept Worthy out for the majority of the Chiefs' earlier off-season activities. Even the spring hamstring issue wasn't a major concern from my perspective. But anytime a rookie pass catcher loses reps while acclimating to an Andy Reid offense, that has to matter some amount. If you think Kadarius Toney's non-padded running back work matters, you have to believe that the lost reps will make Worthy's already steep climb to a heavy workload at least a little bit steeper. Regarding Worthy's return, it's not surprising that he would miss his 3rd day with strep throat, especially considering the Chiefs' schedule. The team is off on Thursday before putting the pads on for Friday's practice. By keeping Worthy sidelined on Wednesday, he effectively gets 2 more days of rest before Worthy and the Chiefs' training staff tests his chances to return for the first day of padded practice. Ultimately, a few days of non-padded practice reps won't keep Worthy from contributing in 2024. However, it does make his health even more important for the rest of camp, and he'll have to continue progressing quickly to take on a major workload early in the season. The Chiefs' other recent absence, former Dallas Cowboys 2021 second-round pick cornerback Kelvin Joseph, returned to practice on Wednesday after missing time due to a personal reason. The Kansas City Chiefs have some of the best players in the entire NFL, but they have them on very reasonable deals. In a recent article by Pro Football Network's Dallas Robinson, he lists who he thinks is every NFL team's biggest contract bargain. For the reigning Super Bowl champions, he believes that player is none other than their star quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes is one of the greatest players in the history of the sport, but ranks 10th among quarterbacks with a $45 million AAV. Case closed, Robinson writes. Despite the fact that Mahomes is one of, if not the most skilled quarterback in the history of the sport, he barely makes the top 10 list of highest-paid field generals. He has led the team to 3 Super Bowl wins in the last 5 seasons, and it has caused him to be seen as the best player in the NFL, best most everyone you ask. With that title, you would expect him to the highest-paid player in the league. But instead, he is on a fairly team-friendly deal of 10 years and $450 million. Mahomes is looking to lead the Chiefs to their 3rd Super Bowl win in a row, something no team has done before. If he is able to do that, his contract will look even better than it already does. The second story is Xavier Worthy gives Chiefs blazing speed, option on offense. Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes might have been given all the tools to complete his offensive gauntlet by the front office this offseason. With Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice the 2 main contributors last season, the Chiefs signed Marquise Brown in free agency and then drafted Texas Longhorns star Xavier Worthy. What is superb for Mahomes is that both possess terrifying speed, something that the Chiefs haven't had since Tyreek Hill was there, and NFL.com's Adam Rank likes what Worthy could do in year 1. After adding Hollywood Brown in free agency, Patrick Mahomes just said there's no time for the rookie to ease into his role in KC, indicating that the Chiefs need the burner to hit the ground running. Now he needs to make sure a hamstring injury that cost him some time in the spring doesn't crop back up. With Rice's off-field incident still ongoing, many are unsure exactly what his availability will be in 2024. That is why the Chiefs will need Worthy to be up to speed on everything at training camp. Having already missed time this offseason with a hamstring injury, Worthy can't afford any more setbacks in his first training camp. With the Chiefs likely counting on him in the return game as well as on offense, the rookie needs to put his best foot forward over the next few weeks. The Chiefs are chasing a historic three-peat in 2024 and have upgraded Mahomes' weapons by giving him 2 speed burners to complement the other receivers on offense. In what is a scary thought for the rest of the NFL, the defending champs, on paper at least, got stronger this offseason. It might be strange to think that the Kansas City Chiefs, who are coming off back-to-back Super Bowl wins, could get better. And this offseason, they did. Needing more potent weapons around Patrick Mahomes despite the 3-time Super Bowl winner getting it done with limited options last season, the Chiefs' front office has given him 2 speed merchants in Marquise Brown and Xavier Worthy. Brown, who will be entering year 6 in the NFL, has proven that when healthy, he can be a serious weapon for any offense he's on. And NFL.com knows he can be that for the Chiefs, but there's a big if attached to it. Brown's a good wideout. He's fast, and yes, he does provide a deep threat, NFL.com writes. He is not Tyreek Hill, so let's not even consider that comp. But if Hollywood can stay healthy, he hasn't played a full season since 2020, he could be a really potent addition to this offense. And with Rashee Rice facing a potential suspension under the NFL's personal conduct policy, Kansas City's receiver room is a central focus for Chiefs observers. The third story is, the Kansas City Chiefs offense is ready to return to dominance. The Kansas City Chiefs are determined to reclaim their status as one of the NFL's most explosive offenses in the upcoming 2024 season. Despite winning the Super Bowl in 2023, the Chiefs' offense never quite reached its full potential, finishing a disappointing 15th in points scored, the lowest ranking of the Patrick Mahomes era. Mahomes himself acknowledged the team's offensive struggles, noting that although they won the Super Bowl, they didn't play the way they wanted all year long offensively. The Chiefs' reliance on short, intermediate throws hindered their ability to generate explosive plays downfield, with only 13% of Mahomes' passes traveling 20-plus yards, the lowest percentage of his career. To remedy this issue, the Chiefs made significant moves in the offseason, adding speed and explosiveness to their receiving core. The signing of Marquise Hollywood Brown and selection of rookie Xavier Worthy, coupled with the return of a healthy Rashee Rice when he returns from a possible suspension, have given Mahomes a new hope. The addition of Rashee Rice in the 2023 draft as a reliable target helped offset the loss of Tyreek Hill, but the offense still lacked the consistent downfield threat that Hill provided. Mahomes recently spoke about the team's desire to recapture their explosive potential. I think we've done a great job of mastering the intermediate and short stuff, but we want to get back to having that part of the offense as well. Coach Reed is really pushing us to push it down the field. It's hard to do against our defense, but we're trying to make it happen. Brown, who has battled injuries in his career, now has the opportunity to thrive alongside the league's best quarterback. Worthy, a dynamic playmaker out of Texas, set a new NFL Combine record with a 4.21 40-yard dash and brings a new dimension to the Chiefs' offense. After a whirlwind 6 months, former Wales star Rees-Zammit is determined to realize his NFL dream and make it onto the Kansas City Chiefs' active roster ahead of the new season. The ex-Gloucester man, who sensationally quit rugby on the eve of this year's Six Nations, has taken American football by storm after graduating from the NFL's International Player Pathway program and signing for the back-to-back Super Bowl champions. Now mixing it with the likes of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, Rees-Zammit is now doing all he can to impress during the Chiefs' training camp in hope of making it on to the 53-man roster. He is set to make his first appearance for the team next month during their run of preseason fixtures. But with the 23-year-old still yet to take part in a full padded practice, he knows he still has plenty of work to do if he is going to play an active role for the Chiefs this season. Of course, Rees-Zammit has been playing catch-up to nearly all of his new teammates who have played the sport for the majority of their life. With an extensive playbook to learn, the Welshman has had his work cut out, but he revealed in a new interview he is sacrificing his free time and is instead putting in the extra hours to stay on course. Asked what the biggest learning curve has been as he addressed the media at the Chiefs training camp on Thursday, he said, "I think it's just learning all the plays. It's so different from what I'm used to. Obviously, in rugby, you don't have to learn as much. But I think physically, I'm in good shape."